Spread all over this field, Tom. There's been an outstanding start to the second half, and we see here Willie Walker, outstanding skill, great on his feet, and that's just a bit of experience. He's been around a long time, Willie Walker, and he's an outstanding player. He's done a great job to get Harbour back to where they were, but they've got a bit of work to do now, get out of their 22.
I think there was an attempt for a quick restart there, but Chris Pott wants it the more traditional means. And there's a lot of Southland players warming up, Mel.
Yep, we're going to give a couple of changes soon. A couple in the front row and one number 8.
Seen pretty important changes too, Mel.
Yep, the legend will be on very soon.
Indeed, and that will certainly help with that experience they've got to call on. This kick will be centre field. Raikkonen and Walker, and a little bit of a chat before deciding what to do with it. Raikkonen again struggled a couple of tackles, and that was enough time for the cavalry to return and help. Walker, they have just one thing in mind, and that if they see even half a gap, they're going to take it. Tuivasa-Sheppard has the pace to do exactly that. His centre field kick is clever. It'll need to be picked up. It is. This is trouble for the Stags if Harbour can recycle. Rather slow at the breakdown, but now it's available. The runners are coming thick and fast, but they too make a mistake with inside of the line.
Very lucky, Tom. Well, your changes are coming on now. Chris King and Jason Rutledge, the two very experienced players, are coming on at hooker. And for the number 3, Nick Barrett, and of course Elliott, swapping him with the North Harbour man, Tom Chamberlain, at 8.
Well, I think they need these changes, Southland. These guys, as you see here, the Willie Walker looked up, thought about the kick, stuck it in Tuivasa-Sheppard's hands. Beautiful kick down the right-hand touch, and just pinned the ears back. Great pokey, great covering. And this is what I've been impressed with, both locks for North Harbour. Finau up there again. Great effort. Unfortunately, they turned it over. Unfortunately, knocked the ball on when he came on, hitting it on hard King, and gave Southland the chance to get out of their own 22.
Yeah, might have liked his chances if he had heard on.
He was definitely flying, Tom, wasn't he?
Yeah. Who better to call on than Jason Rutledge and Chris King, cornerstones to the campaign, of course, last year, and taking the shield and getting it back again.
Well, this will be the first time I've heard Southland supporters giving their team a tune-up.
Well, they're as passionate as ever. And Elliot Dixon had a bit of a breather. Wilson, oh, he did very well indeed there to get that ball from that position. Kicked it from behind him and made some 45 metres. It'll be run back at them, but at least there was some relief. Raikkonen with some hesitation, but he knew there was no way through this time. Luamanu, what does he think? Chris King can't hold on, Dixon can, but already the man with the red headgear took it to the 22, and they're continuing that good work, Harbour, with their good support play. It's been a feature of today's action. King, held by King. And this time bundled into touch, so Southland accurate on defence.
Well, and that man Rutledge up out the line, hit him hard with the shoulder and barreled him into the ground here. What a great tackle, snuffing out North Harbour's attack. Another guy I've been impressed with too is Luamanu. I think he's been outstanding for the North Harbour team today. He's come off the back of the scrum twice, made fantastic metres, got them on the go forward, and they'll be hoping here that he's down at the moment. We're hoping that he is okay.
There's no doubt that the North Harbour forwards are really good with the ball in hand, but unfortunately in terms of recycling at the breakdown, they just haven't been there, or their accuracy on the ball has been slightly off. So Southland, through I guess their own skill, have grabbed a couple of great turnovers.
Do you think the Southland team's starting to maybe hit a chat at half-time and starting to throw a couple more players in at the breakdown, Mel?
Look, definitely, I think that they know exactly how North Harbour are playing now, so they're definitely going to attack the breakdown.
This time the throw inaccurate, so Rutledge aghast. And that passing share may have returned, Mel, just a guess?
Yes, it has, yeah.
Well, we're very lucky here in Southern that they got fantastic lights, because I must admit it's probably not the first time I've seen them turned on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes, this one I think set in, so I think whoever is the more accurate for the next half hour will take the Shield home.
Well, when you're steady, we can move on. No one's steady.
He did say that the weather might turn, and it has on a penny. There's the Shield once more. How long will it sit there?
Crouch!
Men in maroon will hope for a couple of weeks yet.
Pause! Engage!
And the elements are again both sides. Not easy to play.
Leave it.
And it's teaming down.
Well, it's coming in sheets. It's unbelievable up here in the commentary box. I hope you guys there okay down there, Mel?
I've got someone holding an umbrella over me, so I'm pretty lucky.
Good work. Oh, this is so important here for North Harbour, Tom. They've just got to get some go forward, and they really haven't had a lot of ball in the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes, their concentration has to be 100%.
You hit on the inside of him. You move your head again, I'll penalise you, okay? You understand that?
He's talking to Chris King, who has propped about 2,000 scrums or more in 3 different provinces about the technique, so I'm sure Mule will be a little amused, but he'll have to follow the law as interpreted.
Pause! Engage!
So some disquiet about the scrum, but Boddicker with a little kick underneath. Great chance for Watts. Oh, he couldn't control it. Made safe by Boys, but so close yet again.
Oh, Tom.
Come off, please.
That so could have been the Shield going north, I think. If that had been scored. As we'll see here, lovely drop, grubber kick through. And maybe we've got to give a bit of credit to Scott Cowan, who got back, but luckily for Southland, and we'll see another angle here, which is probably the better angle. We'll see Cowan coming across. Just got a hand to him.
That's a great kick. Another change out there for you, Tom. Glenn Horton has come on for left winger Tim Cornforth, and I'd say that Tim's probably quite happy about that. Not a day for wingers.
He didn't enjoy the wet against Counties, so he's a dry weather player. Pressure this time from the North Harbour scrum, but illegal, walking it round, so phew, say the fans. And that shows you the strength of the breeze as well as that kick. He's a big kicker anyway, Wilson, but he enjoyed kicking in that direction.
See, we've got another change here too, Mel.
Yeah, I've got number 12 coming on there for number 21. Not sure which team, actually. I think that's North Harbour. Yep, making a change there. So that's Peter Aki coming on.
There's a couple of little hand-ring yellows. Not always Brendan Watt's problem, and that didn't look very straight. And again, it's just difficult to get that throw right, I think, too. So.
Well, and every little mistake, Tom, just adds a bit of pressure, doesn't it? Southland really are chasing this game at the moment, and it's just going to build that little bit more pressure and make it even harder for them to get into this game.
Gee, their lineouts have been awful today. They usually retain 83% of their own ball, so they'll be very disappointed.
Yeah, you've got to admire North Harbour. They've put a lot of pressure on there, and they must have done their homework, and they've done a great job at it.
Pause! Engage!
Yes, well, Boddicker. Every decision made so far has been the right one, and it is again. There's Wolf. He managed to break down until he got to Hardy, and that was the end of the move for the moment. But, plenty of endeavour from Wilson. Hardy holding him up. Luamanu. Ben Nelly with the tackle. Ball available just outside the 22. King. He thinks keeping it close is a good idea. As the weather takes its toll. And Smiley this time, Player of the Year in the national competition 2005, Highlander in 2006, and a penalty in 2011.
Yeah, well, Rutledge over both of those rucks, causing a nuisance, but this time did seem that the ball was up off the ground, but unfortunately Chris Pollock didn't see it that way, and it's given Boddicker a chance to just edge his team slightly ahead, or more ahead, should I say, Tom.
And despite the close proximity of the posts, this is a tricky kick for Boddicker.
I think we'll see it here, Tom. There's Rutledge. Mualamu's gone down. Luamanu's taking the ball up strong every time. There we can see the ball up off the ground. Rutledge, unfortunately, offside.
Boddicker from 18 metres, as accurate as he was from 50. Played his first ever game against Southland for Harbour, and has loved playing them today. He's been impeccable.
Well, just makes Southland have to score 3 times now. Deep kick by Wilson. Tuatavaki, great take. What a strong back at the the Southland forward pack.
Smiley continues it on. No matter what the match or game situation is, Harbour have complete faith in their back line. Boddicker getting that ball behind him had to improvise, but he did that well as well.
Gee, this is a different Harbour side from the one we've seen all season so far. They're just looking great.
It just shows you what the Shield can do, can't it? Come down here and they've come to play, and they've done an outstanding job of putting 23 points on Southland and put a lot of pressure on them.
Well, I can tell you the talk around town, every time I was in discussion, people said, Harbour have to come right one day, we have to be off our game one day, could be the same day. It's a long, long way to go. And the Stags have got the ball back.
And you're right, Tom, it is a long way to go. We've still got a good solid 25 minutes to go in this game, and still a long time for Southland to get those 13 points and get back square with North Harbour.
Throw from Rutledge this time, no problems. Straight down the middle. Becky was delivered, Cowan took it further. McIntosh, Hardy. Not a bad option today. The firm player. Can't free it. Penalty right in front of the post. They'll want that.
Well, I think they're really going to take these points. Every point so valuable and at this time in the game. We've just seen there that Southland really just want to get their game going, do their basics well, try and hit it up in the middle of the field, get their forwards involved. And unfortunately, James Arfire just pinged for attacking the ball at the breakdown. Hardy taking it up there, and we see James Arfire probably was okay at the start, but just tended to carry on, trying to turn that ball over, and it just got penalised.
Wilson from in front with the breeze behind him. No mistake there either. So 8 points restored as the margin.
Yeah, the crowd's finally starting to make a bit of noise, support their boys.
I reckon someone wants to get down here and start selling can, you know, you put your can in, keep your hands warm. I think that'd be a great money spinner.
Yes, it feels a bit like a 5:30 game than a 2:30 game, but Wilson this time protecting the ball well, and Cowan getting rid of it. Clearly tactics to get it as far away from their line as possible to make Harbour work hard. Walker, they still hang around on or about the 22, and one leg inside the 22 is fine for taking the mark. And Cowan can kick with impunity, but decides staying in the field of play is not bad, and it's that far away. Boddicker looking at his options. Chip, chase and pick it up himself, and he backed himself, and good cover from Saunders. And this could be the chance Southland have been waiting for. The pass was wide and Dixon did well to pull it in. Cowan under pressure, but he's best at that. Ball has been stolen, and Luamanu will provide a block between the Stags and Wiley. Smiley, I should say, but no sign of him just yet. Afiaki's keen on playing half-back. The referee said the ball was out, and Wilson said, OK, I'll take it. So Saunders, with his chip and chase, tackle on Walker, ball has been distributed, it's been knocked on, it's a scrum to Southland in an ideal position. Lack of attention, Brendan.
Oh, it really is. He probably didn't have to move that ball either, to be fair. They sort of had control. They'd only just turned it over with Luamanu. Here it is here, sitting right at the base. He has to have his shoulder on the player in front of him to be part of that maul. And then Saunders kicking the ball behind. Willie Walker did a great job. Unfortunately, tried to force that pass, and it just wasn't quite on. And Southland get the turnover.
Fatigue is often a factor, Mel, when it comes to concentration, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess he certainly took a risk going in, but he understood that ruck law better than, I guess, the North Harbour players did, so good on him. Well, I think Southland did miss a bit of an opportunity there, because if they had spun it wide, you know, when you get a turnover, you should always push it wide, as we see number 23, Tioni Via, come on for North Harbour there. So it's a bit of a loss for North Harbour with Afiaki coming off.
Well, it looked like he injured himself when Wilson went to dive into that ball at the base of that ruck. It looked like he sort of landed on his ankle, and it's a really unfortunate injury for him. He's been playing so well.
I think he's pointing at his calf.
That'd be a big calf to injure too.
Oh, no, they're not that big. The old classic, you know, no calves, big muscles.
I'll take your word for that.
Hand down on the ground there briefly, but the referee lets them reset.
Yeah, and can we just come up a bit closer?
It's tough for a new player coming in the front row too, and look at the turnovers conceded, 20 each. Handling errors pretty much the same as well. It really has been, but there it is, 18 missed tackles, Tom. I don't think we've seen a Southland side miss that many in a long time.
Touch.
These Southland backs are very flat.
Engage.
The pressure again thwarted by Southland, so Dixon got some clearance to get the ball away. McIntosh hasn't been seen running around with the ball too much today, but now he knows he's got to get some of those defenders busy working. And out of the back line, Cowan, the typical half-back style, throws his arms out wide, hoping the referee sees something, but doesn't. Wilson's inside pass to Hardy works. Ball sitting at the back there for Robinson, who pops up, and Wilson juggled but held on. And Pokey. Man, it gets them underway, and Beckwith has got Hardy outside. Oh, Hardy had to turn and catch, and that just softened the momentum. Now they have another chance. Pokey, low, hit the deck, lost the ball, and the advantage with Harbour. And they'll get the scrum because they too have lost it on the deck.
Oh, it's precious stuff, isn't it? Both teams just desperate to get their hands on the ball and hang on to it. And you've got to admire both teams. They're still trying to play under these tough conditions. Becker was here just getting on the outside. Unfortunately, the pass just going behind Hardy. We'll see the inside pass here to Pokey, having another go and turning the ball over and giving Harbour a chance to get out of their 22.
It's a pity we haven't seen Pokey with the ball a little bit more, as we know how good he is with the ball in hand. That's Michael Mayhew getting warmed up on the sideline. He'll pop in at hooker.
Well, I agree with you there, Mel. Pokey's just so dangerous when he's got the ball in his hands and running with a bit of space, but just hasn't gone his way today, has it?
No, indeed. Luamanu. High work rate, high return. It's no coincidence. And there's Bodika's kick, which is 50 metres on it, but safely fielded by Pokey on the second crack. Blood pouring from the eye of Robinson, but he finds Horton. Cut back from Lynn. Lots of encouragement on this side of the field, that's for sure. Side pass to Hardy. Finau making the tackle, so everyone playing their part, and Pokey just can't hold the ball today. And here's trouble if it can be controlled. And Ben Bodika at the centre, but never got back to his feet and conceded the penalty.
It sort of fell into his hands there, Tom, didn't it? Great skill, lovely kick here by Wilson. Get them back down on attack. You can see here, ball turned over by Pokey. Bodika did a great job left.
Actually, I think he might have been offside, because I think the player inside him, Wolf, kicked the ball and then he carried on with it.
Yeah, and unfortunately it just sort of fell into his hands while he was on the deck. He probably was never going to get back on his feet for that one.
Either way, it's no damage done as far as Southland is concerned. They're back where they want to be. And that contest won by Harbour. So Harbour's line-out play today has really stepped up. Talk about rising to the occasion. No matter the result, they have done their province proud. With this performance, many thought it was a forlorn hope. They're keeping it close and tight, eliminating those mistakes that can come with expansive play on a wet day. Southland making life difficult. Harbour losing 5 metres, but through players not being behind the last feet.
Yeah, you got some fresh legs on there for North Harbour. Mayhew, the hooker, as I mentioned before, and number 17, Alex Wanton. He's in for number 1, James Afua.
Good kick up the touchline here. We have another change here too.
That's right. The star for North Harbour, David Raikuna, I believe, is coming off. And Ken Pesey, who we know has certainly got a lot of X-factor, he's coming on.
Oh, why would you take Raikuna off?
Oh, that mystifies me. He looked like every bit of match winner. He might be a little bit tired, but I'm sure he'd have found something extra in the last 15. Not that there's anything wrong with Ken Pesey.
Oh, no disrespect to Ken Pesey either.
More line-out ball. Another drive. And to the deck they go. Smiley pointing and giving instructions, as the captain always does. Finau. Mistake. Another turnover. Another chance for Southland, and they are stacked up ready to take toll. But will they have the accuracy? So far so good. The kick through by Robinson, maybe not the option Brendan Lady would have taken by his gesticulation. And Walker to the ground. Smiley. Bodika takes on Saunders, got the pass away. This is Campese, he drops the ball. He'll have the driest hands in the house, he couldn't hold on. Robinson tries to go back to Smiley without return. And along the backs they go. Saunders settling things down with a probing kick deep inside Harbour territory. It won't go all the way to the line. They'll have to clear it. They don't. The little run and pass picked up on the half volley by Walker. Not made it easy for him, but he's done well. Heart in the mouth stuff. I don't care who you support. They are giving you your money's worth. Southland hoping for a turnover, but not successful this time. Lynn slows down Wilson with a helper Cowan. And Rutledge with a tackle on Mayhew. Bodika has placed that close to the touchline, but has it covered. Well, Robbie Robinson, no chance of a run this time. He looked at Horton and Pokey. Probably the two players that could absolutely make a difference with their stepping. No way through Horton. The opposition know the threat. This kick from Robinson. Probably better judge than the last one, and still turned over. Smiley was onto that.
Corner!
And Mayhew, the guilty party of a knock-on. There's been so many.
Well, and the conditions are getting tougher and tougher out there, aren't they, Tom? These guys have worked so hard. We've got guys lying on the field. There's guys bent over, sucking in the big breaths. But Chris Smiley, outstanding piece of cover work here. The wee chip just went over the Harbour defence, and he worked so hard to get across the field, just like a good halfback should. Took it on the full, sliding along the ground, and really did save Harbour from possibly ending up under their own sticks.
North Harbour rolling out the reserves now. Brenton Hillier, he's coming on at halfback, and Michael Farmer in the number 18 jersey you'll see out there too.
Oh, as you can see, 19 missed tackles. We've mentioned it before, Tom, but you just can't afford to miss that many tackles in an ITM Cup game, let alone a Shield match. These are Southland's lineouts they've lost here. And this is something that's such a big part of their game, Southland. They've been so good all year, but you've got to admire Harbour as well. They've got up and put a lot of pressure on, especially the front jumper for Southland.
Pause!
The scrum has been good too. The set piece for Harbour. They've just not let Southland gain any traction. Horton is cut down. Wilson will go for the high up and under, and this goes 10.1 metres off the head and into the arms of Kate Pokey. Pulled down by Tuatavaki. Maybe that's the lucky bounce they also need. Dixon manfully getting into the ground as they change direction and approach. Boys, Horton with a quick hands to Hardy. Ever present, pulled down by his opposite. Wilson on his guard. Southland, no, 10 minutes is plenty of time in these games. Rutledge takes it low and straight. Robinson with the kick, the chase. It wasn't badly placed, but Walker fended off 2 tackles. But it's an offside play by Harbour that'll give Stags a chance. Surely they'll take the shot.
I agree, they've got to take the shot here. I think get the points. They've been on attack here. It's right in front of the post here, Tom.
It would mean a try would be good enough, and you need a draw, remember, to hold on to the shield.
Yeah, we did say here, you can see the midfield there, number 13, Rudy Wolf up offside. Only just, mind you, but enough for Pollock, the referee, to be unhappy and give the penalty. So Wilson here, the chance to get 3 points on the board.
Wilson wasting no time at all, as it's precious to his cause, as is the 3 points. So 23-18, 5 points in it, 9.5 minutes to go. So,
well, last 10 minutes, Tom, what an exciting 10 minutes we've got.
It's been a jolly good match, a fantastic challenge. And it'll certainly be memorable, no matter who has that in their possession in 9 minutes' time, as it is in Bodika. Well, he'll be a worthy holder if they manage